When completed, Pegasus will be home to 7,000 residents, and for many of those it'll be a major lifestyle change. The man whose vision has created what he believes is unique to New Zealand is Bob Robertson.
We didn't want just a subdivision. We wanted to have somewhere where people could live, where they work, where they play, and so the elements that we had here were right. We're right on the beach. We could build a beautiful recreational lake. We had a wetland which we could put in 25 kilometres of boardwalks and trails. We had an ability to put in a golf course, which we have done, and we're 25 minutes from a major metropolitan area, Christchurch, big city. So all of the elements of having recreational activity, having a good population mass was here to be able to start to build a community, definitely not just a subdivision, putting everything in so people have a full rounded life up here. It cost about $900,000 to build the lake and $11.1 million to make it a recreational facility. That's to keep the water nice. We've put in 11 sandy beaches, we've put in waterfalls, we've put in barbecues and seating areas and trails, jetties and boat ramps so we can have kayaks and yachts and everything else on the water so people can use it. We even sunk a vessel in the bottom of the lake so that we have divers go down there and enjoy that. So all of the elements that we just know as Kiwis having fun around water.
The development plan will eventually include some 107 retail outlets. The general store and the local cafe, already established, have provided a focal point for the village. But in development, restaurants, boutique shops, a hotel, schools and a retirement village, to mention a few. Pegasus Lake area is already proving an attraction for not only the community at hand, but also day trippers from Greater Christchurch. And access to one of the region's best beaches, Pegasus Bay, is now established, and there are grand plans to make it an aquatic playground. But a unique feature of the Pegasus environment is the extensive wetland area created from a swamp area and the pride and joy of Bob Robertson.
We've got about 250 acres we had here to be able to develop a wetland. That was a swamp originally, and we wanted to create a real habitat, for this wildlife. Right now there's probably 3,000 or 4,000 birds, all different species. We're planting 650,000 plants and trees in here. Actually, it's a 500-year vision, which goes right back to Kakatahia Forest in the back. They take 500 years to mature, and so that's our long-term goal, to have a beautiful recreated wetland as a habitat for all the bird species we have. And you can imagine, in the evening, there's the flight path of the birds, and then in the morning, there's the morning chorus of all the bird life here. Just an absolutely fantastic experience to be part of this environment. I'm quite passionate about nature and living with nature. I always lived on a river myself or a lake, so this is a bit of a pet project to make sure that we've got a really good functioning wetland for generations to come.
And when it comes to real estate, the options are endless.
What's available here is just about something for everybody. We're trying hard to be a balanced community, so we will keep opening up little stages, and we have residential, which goes down to about, roughly about 160,000, which is not too expensive for an ordinary section, or you can have lakefront, a bit dearer than that. We have built form houses, we have high density houses. When we say high density here, we're probably talking 2 or 3 story, it's quite low density really, but we're trying to make sure that if you're going to buy into a built form housing, that we can make it cheaper than a house and land package normally. So we're really keen to have affordable housing here, and we'll also have some pretty high-end, like the yacht club apartments here will be quite expensive, but a good balance.
While some could question the wisdom of a development in troubled times, Pegasus appears to be defying that trend. For Bob Robertson, it's all too simple. It's a question of giving something back.
People give sometimes to people, and you get more pleasure out of giving than getting, There's a lot of pleasure in giving enjoyment to other people, and so I just would really love to produce for New Zealand, a great community, and that it works well and everyone's happy, and you go into the bar and everyone taps you on the back and say, hey, this is fantastic living here. That's really why I'm in it.